watching Morning at NTV.
Indeed, it's very gratifying. It's a Friday. Like I told you, if it's my week, you better be ready because the energy is up in the sky. Now, today there is a new sound. We all need to agree there is a new wave of sound of the Ugandan music if we should go direct that way. And it's a reminder of Bebe Cool and Chameleon's battle against the Congolese music way back in time and back today. So as it's time for the two-way to make way, is the new sound getting better? That is something we all need to understand as Ugandans. To speak to us, we have my colleagues. I have Andrew Kagwa, who is an arts writer from the Daily Monitor, Truth Every Day. And of course, I have Mr. Eddie Sendi, the CEO of West Records, and a very critical critic to the music industry in this country. Now, be a part of this conversation on Twitter and Facebook. The hashtag is Morning at NTV. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
It is exciting to have my elder. He's our elder.
Yes.
Send has been here as long as the Uganda anthem.
Let's change positions.
No.
For 10 seconds.
For purposes of this conversation.
Yes, let's change positions for 10 seconds. What gives you the energy? I always see you with so much energy from beginning to end. How do you do it?
I believe in positivity every day. That is one thing, and I believe it's entirely on me to either be happy or to give you the mandate to make me happy, so I don't give you the chance.
Or do you have some energy booster?
Oh no, apart from the coffee, by the way, I drink
something like
I take coffee. This is from the Coffee City, just so you know. You can get yourself one every day. Remember, coffee is one of the biggest returns we're having as a country, and so far we're at $70 million as per the last financial year. So when you take coffee every morning, your mind is alert.
I have a colleague of mine called Jenkins Mukasa.
No way. Jenkins, and it is maybe, but it's nice to have you, Uncle Sendi and Andrew here. Have you guys seen Zelutan's song? Zelutan's song. Oluvanyuma.
Ah, brilliant song.
Okay, just my director, if we could get the song.
Listen to it immediately out of here.
No. We have the director here. Teko, if we could get the song or Oluvanyuma. I want us to agree or disagree. Has our sound changed as a country of music?
I think there are people that are learning to understand music beyond the heartbeat or beyond making people dance. I think there are people that right now know that the industry or the audience is willing to accommodate each and everything, not just one style.
Okay. Uncle Sandy, you and the other people who have not seen this, let's watch this video and then we get back to this conversation. You understand when we say a shift in the sound.
Tulizambala ndia tula murwato oluvanyuma mumbecha wange ngoli nakadde anomulangira nina obudde ebibatu byaffe nga byekutte nga tubayitako bagamba yabaffe eri basanya oluvanyuma nza kubulira olidda mu kibuuzo lwaki kwagala bino ebyokunsi ne mu bwengula olugendo lw'obulamu bwaffe lwakuwanvuwa mumbeja wange ng'olinakadde nga n'omulangira nina obudde mukama oyo yapima obudde bamupimu kuba tumwekutte oluvanyuma olw'oluvanyuma liri basanyuwe oluvanyuma tubiza ndikwagala n'obulamu bwennina nze nawe oluvanyuma just tell me. Gwenga bakuba kulina okunoga. Gwemanya, nkola nnyo baby. Mumbeera yonna tulina okuloka. Liri basanyo.
Just to bring the context to the conversation, when you listen to that music, Uncle Sandy, you said you had not seen this video, you had not heard this song. Now, when you listen to that, does it bring our conversation home about the change in sound?
No, it doesn't. What is happening is, let's talk about this particular genre.
Yes.
Okay? Not that song in particular.
Yes, but the genre.
The genre. The problem we have in Uganda is that our people are happy people, and I'm talking about majority.
Yes.
They are not listening people.
Okay.
That is why most of what we dance to, we actually don't know the meanings. We don't even listen to the lyrics.
Kutama.
Kutama, do, chikube, do, and you see people sweating,
Oh,
you know,
yes.
throwing off their jackets. Now, the audience that appreciates this genre does not make economic sense.
Okay, I'm now
It is a
listening.
very beautiful song. I loved the intro. You know, for
Yes.
me, the moment you pluck a guitar,
The first seconds.
that does it for me. But having said that, now you look at people like Maurice Kiria, that's where he is. That's the same genre. You see, there's a guy, we lived in England together, he's called Kaz Kasozi.
Yes,
A lot of people don't know him apart from the industry stakeholders.
Yes.
That's him. You get it?
Yes, I do.
But it's not a very successful genre, but there are some few people who appreciate it. That's why Maurice Kiria can get his 1,500 people in Kampala Serena.
Yes.
But that is once in 3 years. Whereas
Gravity.
Gravity Omutuju will get
Chadondo every quarter.
6,000 people every year, or he will get 6,000 here, he will get 2,000 there, he will get 1,000 there. He will have people eating out of his pumps anywhere he goes, which is not the case with Maurice Kiria.
Now,
So-
that brings me to the question then, who benefits when our music becomes better? And for how long are we going to have this high pumped up music with really cool shallowness and it's not impactful to society?
One, there's always going to be a change.
Yes.
There's even a change right now.
Isn't this the change you're looking at?
Not in that direction. But if you critically look at our industry, every 10 years,
There is a
there
change.
is a shift.
True.
Yeah.
Try, for the listeners, for the benefit of the listeners, go back and find out who was new, who was hitting 2000.
Yeah.
Who was new, who was hitting 2010. Who was new, who is hitting 2020.
Yeah.
You're going to find a shift.
Yes, there is.
Not necessarily 2010 on the dot,
Yes.
but I mean plus
2011
2
plus
minus
3, yeah.
2.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Go to 2000, you have Eagles production, you have
Huge career there.
The Jose Camilo.
yeah, the Jose Chameleons, the Bebe Cools are there, okay?
Yeah.
Bobby Wine is there. Come to 2010, you have
Reddy and Weasel.
Reddy and Weasel,
Yeah.
you have King Saha, you have Rabadaba, you know, you have a big chunk there. Come to 2010, you have Fik Fameka, you have Fefe Busi, you have
Spice.
Spice. You get
There
it.
is a shift.
So when you come to 2020, you have Aroma, you have Unknown, you have Zulitan, you have
Azawi.
Liam Voice, you have Azawi. Do you
There
get
is
the
a
vibe?
shift, yes.
But,
Yeah.
but when you look at that shift you've talked about when it comes to 2020, Liam Voice, there's
Unknown.
Unknown, Zuli Tams, Azawi, I think they have one thing in common. That's they are more instrument oriented.
Okay.
They are kind of very acoustic driven. So maybe he could be right. Maybe we are shifting to that direction somehow.
Because Uncle Cindy, you'll bear with me here, because when there is a shift, two things are happening from my perspective. either the audience is growing and outgrowing the previous, and the artists and and the change comes with its new talents, which we have to embrace. And now it becomes a challenge for the former to catch up faster.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm saying that. So who benefits when we have a better sound of Ugandan music?
No, we are not getting the shift. Doesn't necessarily mean we are getting a better sound of Uganda. Yes, there is a shift, but there is no much betterment to talk about. Two, I don't know until when we've failed to get a Ugandan sound.
We don't have it.
We've failed on that. On that. We failed in that. Just like I would say, you see with the Nigerians.
Yeah.
The moment you play the song,
They
you don't need to know. You don't need to know the musician. You don't need to know the name of the song.
It's West.
Yes.
You just know that's Nigeria. Something down south, TZ.
You'll know.
You don't need to know whether it's harmonized or
Mavoko Rich
or
Platinum.
Dangote, Diamond Platinums, or who is this girl? There's now
Zocho.
Zacho.
Zachu.
Yes.
No, you just know.
That's
Tanzania.
it.
Yeah.
Uganda, we don't have that. But what is happening? And every shift that comes in, some people fall off the wagon.
Oh, true.
Yes, they stay around, but they sink.
Oh, yeah.
Some float, some sink.
Yes.
Very few.
Some are under the water.
Some are under the water. Very few swim
Oh, yes. To catch up.
to catch up.
I agree.
You get it. But there are some who steadily
Evolve.
or just keep clean their act and remain relevant. In that, whenever you are to talk about oldies, you will have nothing but them standing.
A figure band.
Like a frigo band.
Maddox.
All they've done
Maddox,
is keep their act clean.
That
They
makes
don't
sense.
imitate. You know, that is the problem we have. We have people who feel that the moment tides are changing, they try to change along. And they don't satisfy the new kids on the block,
Yeah. Neither.
Neither.
The ones- oh, yeah.
the old ones. People
Yeah.
like B Guy. Anything that
Really,
comes up,
Sandy, you're talking about that guy on this show?
I'm
No.
sorry for bastardizing
No,
your
no,
show.
no. Let me come now to Kagwa. Kagwa, let's talk about now the value of money. Really, Sandy, on the show.
But anyway, to go back a bit on what he's saying about
Abomination.
those that try to catch up and those I think where we come from, Ugandans were not taught that you're not going to be in vogue forever.
Oh, yeah.
So most of them believe there will be a hit for as long as they are still
They're
alive and they're still singing. So you'll have people that will keep telling you they are going to rebrand, and yet the audience somehow moves on. Like the people that are feeling Fake Fameka right now cannot feel people we used to feel in 2003 or what.
Absolutely.
Like even if you try, even
Me,
if
I'm
you
a Paul
dress,
Simon kind of generation.
yeah.
And you play anything below him, I'm like, I won't resonate. Now, let's come to the money bit. He talked about that the music is good, the sound is good, but doesn't make business sense. So, the new sound, the new genre, as he put it, where do we find its money?
I think when it comes to the industry evolving, whenever the industry evolves, the people that come in with their own challenges and at times their own opportunities. Right now, I believe many of the artists that are getting on the industry right now know very much that you're not going to get all your money through performances.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I think some of them have broken onto the industry and have never performed even because we've been in this for
2 years now.
2 years now. So there are very many
They
that
haven't had a chance to perform before 500 people, let alone.
I'm coming to that, Uncle Sandy. There is something that you've hinted on. Carry on, carry on, carry on.
So the people that have not performed for that long, I believe they are not setting their sights on on just getting that performance to make the money.
Yeah.
But I believe they know you might try to make a little something off streaming.
Yeah.
And today, when you look at how these new kids are marketing themselves, they know you will be an influencer, an ambassador of something. So I believe they are doing the sound for longevity and everything, but tapping into the other opportunities around.
Uncle Sandy, now when we come to the issue of the talent and the lack of a crowd of 5,000 plus people, should we take this season as a reflective moment of talent than hype?
Wow.
I'm just being very objective here, that we're in a pandemic. Previously, they could hype you, man, Uchikuba. Here we are, 2 years, no show, no nothing.
You know, the COVID has shaken every industry to its core.
True.
Now, it depends on each industry's foundation that it has stayed standing. Or have you ever seen that storm that comes and takes the roof
Like
and
a tornado.
everything,
A hurricane.
and then afterwards you see some structures still standing? That means the guy who built did a good job. Now, the music industry was poorly built, very unprofessionally brought up. So the storm is bringing it to its knees. But there are some people who are wise enough that they put some pillars, strong, nice pillars,
in their
strong foundations. One, it is very absurd. Up to now, you still talk to some musicians and you say the word digital marketing,
And they don't get it.
And they don't.
and they think you are speaking Greek.
I agree.
Yet, there are some who are laughing all the way
Yeah.
to
the bank.
To the bank. Actually, I'm going to request you and your team, your production team here, to give a chance and make a show specifically to talk about musicians who are benefiting from digital
online.
marketing. Maybe it will help to inspire those
Now,
who are not, who are still in slumberland, to get up.
you see, now the challenge with that, most artists here, even those who are benefiting from online, they're not compliant tax-wise.
Yeah.
So every time they come here and they say they're earning, URA is watching. And they fear to, believe you me, we have a lot of insecurity when it gets to Uganda. If someone says that Sawuti works for me, and I'm getting a lot of money from Sawuti, when my music plays on Sawuti, I'm getting this much money. And they will start to say, Sawuti pushes Andrew more than Sandy because Andrew, we have a lot of blame games here. But do our artists have the capacity and the character of positioning themselves for the next frontier? Because it's going to be tough, believe you me, uncle.
What is happening is some of our artists have been lucky to be associated with
Labels,
to be associated with shrewd
managers.
managers, okay, with serious people who are helping them sail through the storm.
Yeah.
Others have resorted to other means of earning survival. I'll give an example. Ladies, viewers, I'm not being personal, but I have to use names for my message to be put across.
For purposes of this
For
conversation.
purposes of this conversation, and to help those who are out there watching us, maybe pick a word or two.
Okay.
Now I'll give you an example. Shiba. Shiba is flying all the way.
Yeah.
Okay? I have access to an app which monitors music,
Yes.
airplay, both on radio and TV. It's called Song Boost. And when you look at this, at their analytics, Shiba is big. He's doing big. She's the biggest Ugandan artist played in Nigeria.
Nice.
Meaning, Sheba's manager, Jeff,
And the strategies.
is flying out of Uganda already, pushing her across
The continent.
the continent. You get it?
I get it.
Now, you will find people like Swangs Avenue, Julius Chaze and Benon Mugumbia.
Yes.
They are doing a tremendous job for Azawi, for a former artist's manager, Vinka,
Yes.
for
For
that
Nwaji.
always controversial, Winnie Nwaji.
And I like her for being controversial.
Okay.
I hate normal things.
No, I only love one thing about her. She will stand up to her deeds.
She's rude.
Yeah. She hits
Yes.
the mate and she stands up and says, well,
That's me.
I did it, but she did, but she didn't. She doesn't shy away.
And she won't apologize.
And I'm a fan, by the way.
Same
of Winnie
here.
Nwaji. So you see such people.
Yes.
Now, when you go to people like Roger Rubega, the guy behind Spice Diana, okay?
And you know,
Now-
Roger was behind my best Ugandan dancehall artist for all time, Ziza Bafana. When he was with Bafana, the guy was flying.
Ziza Bafana is one of the very, very, very talented guys we have.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
But I don't know where his head loses it.
Talent syndrome. The more they're talented, the more they feel like, oh, my God.
Now, but do you find some similarity
I see.
between Julius Chaze, Jeff Chiwa,
Yes.
Roger Lubega? Okay.
They're all
And then
shrewd.
there is a case of Waiki Bender. Like, he surprises me.
Yeah.
The things he's doing as an artist.
Yeah.
Yet. Okay, does he have a big management around him, or
Actually, Waiki Bender doesn't have a manager.
So
Strange
it's
enough.
him and Michael.
No, Michael left. It's him and Jamil.
Some guy.
Yeah, some guy he's working with. But I think his upbringing is helping him a lot.
Yeah. There is
He's-
discipline.
Yeah, you see, you can't talk with him much without him saying, you know, my brother, you
Yes.
see my sister.
Yes.
So maybe that helps him
The support
to
structure still
Okay.
spreads, yeah.
3, education.
yeah, that's so true.
Okay.
The same factor can be attributed to APAS.
Actually,
Yes.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
same thing.
APAS.
Yes.
Okay, because APAS doesn't have a manager.
Oh, yes.
He might have somebody he calls a manager, but he's not
No,
a manager.
APAS has a handler who picks his calls to make the bookings. But
Exactly.
he manages himself. He
True.
knows his worth, he knows his craft.
But what is happening is
About the three people you
about
had
the
mentioned.
three people
yes.
I mentioned.
Jeff Chiwa, Julius Cheze,
Yes.
and Rogers.
And then there is a guy called Reason.
Yeah.
He's behind Liam Voice.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
Very, very committed. But all these 4 people I've talked about, they don't even harm anything when they're in their bathrooms.
They don't have a song or
They,
not even
they
a
don't
chorus.
sing, they can't write, they can't do anything. But
They understand.
they understand the game. They know where it's coming from. They know where they would want their artists to be. And this is helping their artists to
thrive.
fly high.
Now that brings me to the question, Kagwa. Do you feel that the ones who are running the industry, the Julius Cheze, Roger, and all those, do you feel those people are benefiting more than our artists? Do our artists have business strategic models? Where to be, what to post, how to post, who to like all the, because all those you've said are shrewd characters.
Yes.
I have
Business
worked
what?
with
Business what? Strategic
business
model?
canvas. Because this is a talent. The ones we're talking about, Julius Cheze, they have particular business canvas, strategic business canvas for the talent. Look at a man like Gravito Motoju. He's talented. He has the numbers. He has his people in the trenches who believe in him. Do you believe the likes of the shrewd people like Roger are reaping more than the real talent? And what do we do to fix that?
No. That's something that doesn't have to be fixed.
Okay.
There is something I usually tell people that artists need to notice that they they are a business that someone is running.
Okay.
It's the same thing when I say I work at Daily Monitor as a writer. Like I'll put up a story and many people will like it, but
You're not the carrier.
I'm not Daily Monitor.
Yes.
The thing is, labels will always make more money than the artists because labels are going to invest a lot of money in the artist.
Do artists understand the bit of the investment?
No, that's
Those who understand are under labels.
Oh.
Those who understand are under proper managers.
Okay.
Those who don't understand are self-managing themselves, but majority of those self-managing themselves are actually self-damaging themselves.
Nicely put. Sabura.
You get it? Yes, there are a few
Yes.
who are self-managing themselves and it's working well.
Yeah.
APAS,
Begging back.
Waiki Bender,
Who is managing Jasmine?
Ivan, not Ivan, Mulindwa, Ronnie Mulindwa.
The Ronnie Mulindwa?
Yes.
The Ronnie.
Yes.
Ronnie Mulindwa of the Obsession
Obsessor?
fame.
Yes.
Is the one managing Lydia
Ronnie is
Jasmine.
strategic.
But a lot of our artists who are not managed are struggling so much.
Now,
And at times they do not notice that
That
they are struggling because there was a time I think I was listening to Gravity Omutuju talking and he was talking of how he doesn't need a manager, how he does everything by himself and manages to fill up cricket oval.
that's a lie.
Yeah, of course we know it's a lie.
No, and I'll say it on national television. It's humble management that deals with all that, the cricket oval. Because artists don't understand the business language. You sit with them in boardrooms, a couple of them cannot understand what it means to say I'm going to be part of the deal or this much if amount I'm going to be a part of that campaign. They don't understand that. So they can't manage themselves.
So most of the times you're telling them, one, you have no idea that the money you're spending on, say, handlers, giving out money, 50K to different people, either to take your music around. The other time I heard you talking about he used to pay someone to listen if his music has been played.
Yeah.
Like, at times they do not know that with the management, someone will
Everything
take care
is,
of that.
Yeah.
You will not even know, but you somehow get paid.
Now that brings me to this question. What makes Cindy stay relevant? How does she keep on going with the times? I know now she's silent because she's heavy, yes, but what has kept her thriving? There is something about the girl.
One, I think Cindy came from very humble background, and she's very focused. She has a goal, or she really wants to be somewhere.
Okay.
Because I give her credit and respect. One of the reasons why I give her credit and respect is about 5 years ago or thereabout,
Yeah.
she did something I couldn't believe when she said, I'm starting up a band.
Yeah.
Yes. The Cindy band.
The Cindy band, a real band.
Yeah. And I've seen it.
I'm not talking ill about Bebe Cool, Bobby Wine, Chameleon. They've been here, they've done it, they've seen it. They keep talking about my band, but
Yeah.
they've never had a single band.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
You get it?
yeah, true.
All they do is they rely on
You
Chamagero's
Gig
band.
men.
Yes.
You get it? When he gets a gig, he calls
You
up
call-
Chamagero, bring your band.
Abana baji.
Abana bagambe baje. So they come.
It's
And
not
he
yours.
stands like it's his band. It's not.
Cindy stood and went the way.
Cindy stood and said, I need a band. I'm sure that action gave her a very big push career-wise, because you would see her on stage and you appreciate her with her team,
Yep.
and they would flow, you know.
Yep.
She would play all the
She would be in
songs.
charge.
She would, yes, you would
You would
see her
tell.
commanding.
Yes.
Okay? Then 1 year, 2 years, my last count was, I think, about 5 years, when the band is still standing. I give her so much credit
Wow.
for having taken that bold step. Moreover, for a woman. I'm not
Oh, yes.
saying women
In a
are inferior
patriarchal
or anything.
industry.
No. But so many bands have collapsed. Okay, run by very strong men. But here is this young lady coming out to say, I'm starting a band.
And she
So
goes with it.
having the ability to think about such a thing, yes, she's somewhere up there.
It's the discipline she possesses here.
Exactly, and maybe the vision that she has. But I give her so much respect and credit for having made up her mind to run a band.
That way.
It gave her a very big push career-wise.
When I come back to you, Mr. Kagwa, so how do we make our artists make more money? What do we need to do as a country?
As a country,
And it's not only just the musicians, but even the writers. It goes to the producers. It goes to the movie actors, actresses. Their deals have been given, and if they don't amount to 20,000 USDs, I drop them. The other day I was talking to Chaz, he said, you're expensive. I said, yes, because I know my craft. So how do we get artists to that level that this is my worth, and I'm going to allow this to grow?
as artists, I think I would say they will need to realize the different ways, the different ways they can get revenue. But for a country, which I'm more interested in, I think we need better policies. I think it was on Saturday when we had the CEO of UPRS, and I noticed that they are not collecting enough from many streams, and that's because they've not diversified enough. You're thinking about ways artists can make money, and you're looking at flash discs that keep coming into the country, and none of the flash disc is paying even a cent to UPRS, yet it will end up carrying music, and someone will get that music off and give it to someone else and another person. Since we have a system where some people are so hard to be collected from, the people in the trenches, the people in rural areas, I think we really need a blank tapes policy, because I think it's working well in Malawi.
Yes, it is.
Every CD you bring in is considered a blank tape.
And the same happens in Zambia.
Something is chopped off to go into the collecting society.
Yes.
If you're getting a song of like Namadingo and you bring it to Uganda, while you're flying out, they ask you if you paid.
Yeah, and then I used
and that receipt will prove that he actually got something.
I still saw something in Malawi again. When you bring an international artist, say you're bringing Chronix to Uganda, they will ask you how much time is Chronix spending on stage.
Yes.
They expect Chronix to be on stage for 1 hour. If he's spending more than that, there is a tax you pay, because every more time he spends is an opportunity lost on for a local artist. So I think we need just better policies to make our
But
artists.
again, that will bring us to the conversation which you guys had in Gulu of how do you make these policies without involving the stakeholders. Are the stakeholders ready for these kind of conversations?
Some stakeholders are, but the government technocrats and politicians are not interested.
Because they don't understand the industry.
They don't need to understand the industry. They know. And when you don't know, definitely at every one single time, there are people who can help you understand. But it's a whole different ball game with our politicians and government technocrats.
And I think it's more complicated now than
yes. But what I want to say to the artists out there, please make sure you have a lawyer.
Nice. Don't sign documents.
And that lawyer must be very knowledgeable about intellectual property.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Don't fear to ask the lawyer's knowledge
On
intellectual property.
Yes.
If he doesn't, please ask him to get you a lawyer
who understands that.
Who understands intellectual properties. 2, look for I keep saying the same people, the same name. Look for the Elijah Chitakas of Feza of this world. You might not look for Elijah Chitaka per se, but look for people who are knowledgeable with digital marketing.
Let me be very, very blunt here. I don't think as a country we have someone who is futuristic like Elijah when it gets to digital marketing, digital placement and positioning, and having all these online. The guy thinks online, he sleeps online. You understand? If we get those
maybe he
brains,
sleeps in cloud.
yeah, if we get those kind of brains
Now,
and we tap into it,
you don't need to go and sign up to his company or something. No. Make an appointment with the chap. He's a nice guy,
yeah, very calm.
but very busy. Talk to him. Pick some advice from him.
Yeah.
Go better your craft. 3, do all it takes to get somebody who understands social media, digital marketing
it.
onto your team.
That's it.
Not omwana atambuza CD. That era is going down.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay?
It's
and
gone.
it might not come back.
Yeah.
Get somebody who understands
Digital marketing. And content alignment.
exactly. When you go talk to the big dog, okay, or the big dogs, then have someone on your team
to understand this.
to understand it and to help you run the show.
Nice.
Where we are going, so many platforms are coming up. There is so much need for content.
That's it.
Unfortunately, we only know about YouTube.
That's wrong.
TikTok is here.
Yes.
Spotify is here.
Reddit is here.
You know, there's so many platforms.
Yes.
They all need content.
Yeah.
Okay? All online.
Wow.
You are talented people. You can do a lot of this stuff.
There you go. We can have this conversation with Uncle Eddie Sendi from the West Records, and of course from Kagwa, Andrew here, who is always here. These conversations are uncomfortable. I know many of you artists, you hate them, you dread them, but guess what? My job is to have these uncomfortable conversations that we can transform the next generation of artists in this country. We'll take a break for now, and when I return, a lot more is coming. Good morning.